And join me in prayer. Dear Lord, thank you for this day that you've given us. Thank you for this club, this community, and the ability to give back. Thank you for the students, faculty, and staff, and parents this morning that we get to recognize. Thank you for all the blessings you've bestowed upon us. Thank you for this time of year and the blessings that we've been given. I just pray that you'll help us all remember the reason for the season. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this club. Please bless the food and nourishment of our bodies. Our prayer. Amen.
Amen.
Join me in the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, you can be seated. So, always one of our favorite programs of the month. We get to recognize our youth. Before we get started, I know we've got guests with the program this morning. Any other special or any other guests this morning of the club? All right, not seeing any. So a couple announcements before we get started. There has been a request in the community for a family that is in need of a couple of mattresses. So we were working on a plan there. So if you would like to, being club members, contribute to that, find John Torres. We'll do a little pass the hat, and you can reach out to John as we collect some funds for that. Try to get that done today. So see John, and we'll hopefully get that accomplished. Christmas party, Wednesday, December 15th. So a little over 2 weeks from now. No, week and a half from now. Please RSVP if you have not done so. We would love to have a good head count on numbers. So find your newsletter, find your email that's in there, and please RSVP. Brad McCutcheon's here this morning. If you didn't go back a couple weeks, Brad received a nice award. So recognize, I told you I was going to do it. I've just been waiting for you to leave here. So hats off, a life-saving award, I believe. So hats off to Brad. Thanks for all the work. Also, Gail Lewis reminded me, so most of you know Exchange Club, this club, turns 60 this year. Our actual official birthday anniversary date is tomorrow, December 4th. So we actually turn 60 tomorrow. So club's been around for a long time, and exciting that we reached that milestone. So let's see. Next week, just as we round out the year, next week is Police and Fire of the Quarter. Always a good program as well. And then our Christmas party, and we're done until January. So just mark calendars for that. Let's see, any other announcements in time for getting this morning? All right. With that, I will turn over to Jim Conway, and we will get on the program.
Thanks for the warm welcome. I want to welcome everybody. Thank you all for being here today. It's great to see so many people from the staff, the faculty and staff of the school, and friends and family of our awardees. Exchange Club members, one thing: if you have not RSVP'd to the Christmas party, you need to do it. Thank you. All right. First up, we're going to be doing our Character Council Awards. The Character Council Award is given to students nominated by the faculty and staff of Lake Highlands High School. This award recognizes young men and women at the high school, as well as their parents and mentoring teachers, who display strong character traits as a vital part of their daily routine. These are students who serve as peer role models, positively participate in school or community service and extracurricular activities, serve as student leaders, and are reliable and trustworthy. Our first Character Council honoree is Kyra Janae. Please come on.
My mom's here. So guess we're starting with the questions.
How long have you lived in Canada?
4 years.
Really excited about this.
Okay, where's the mic? Can everybody hear us? Yep. Yeah. We're gonna do. That doesn't even make sense. They're going wrong. We're gonna take care of that. So how long have you lived in the house? 4 years, and I went to Forest Meadow Junior High. What would you say your greatest strength is?
Like pushing myself past my limits. Like I always push myself to excel to the next level, even if it's like a challenge to me. I like challenges. I like to push myself.
Awesome. When you're not at school or studying, you like to create YouTube videos. Is that correct? So, what kind of content are you creating? Are they dance videos? Are you cooking? What are the videos?
They're more like story times. I'm starting to get more into fashion, so they'll be like fashion vlogs and fashion hauls.
Awesome.
Because I really want to be in fashion.
Okay. You jumped ahead. That was one question we're going to get to. All right. What is your favorite electronic device?
Like AirPods.
Would you like to know why? Because she can block out any sound she wants. All right. Do you plan to go to college, and if so, where?
I do plan on going to college. I want to go to an art school specifically because of fashion design and everything, and creating content. So I want to go to Parsons School of Design.
And I also plan on going to Georgia Tech also. I just have to apply. I haven't did that yet.
These applications. So, we already talked about your fashion design. What's your favorite club or sport? And tell us a little bit more about that.
My favorite club right now is FAMA because it's a fashion media and arts club. And in FAMA, we introduce and welcome everybody. And I feel welcome there every time I go. It's a safe spot, and it's really helped me like improve in my style and like make me more confident in my style. So yeah, and we do a lot of photo shoots and stuff. So yeah.
All right. If you go anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Dubai.
And then favorite social media app is Instagram and TikTok because they're funny. You can laugh. All right, let's see this real quick. We're gonna have to get a new question. What age do you consider as old?
Careful.
Okay. So at first I was like 25. Wait. So I was like, when I really think about it, when you're young, you don't really think about. You think about older ages and you're like, oh, that's old. But when you actually become the age, you're like, oh, that's not old. So, I would say 100.
All right, what's the best advice that you ever received?
To put yourself first, because as a nice person, I always put like other people before myself. Even like if, say for example, if I have my last dollar, like I'll give it to somebody just to help them out. So I learned that putting myself first kind of like helped me and like not to drain my energy as much. Because at the end of the day, like if you're not taking care of yourself, you can't tend to other people. So that's one advice that I took seriously.
So for right now, there's a box of donuts back on the bar. There's one donut left. Is that okay?
Yeah. That's one thing about me, I love food.
All right, if you could go back in time and talk to yourself as a freshman, what advice would you give yourself?
Probably to do like classes in advance. Like I did do classes in advance, but like going to summer school, like U.S. government right now, I could have took that in summer school. But yeah, I would say that. And also like not stressing over, I guess you could say like going into high school, because I was kind of stressed about that. And it wasn't really that bad. Just the classes. Finding my classes, I was lost.
All right, and then once you graduate, what are you looking forward to most?
Being rich. Yeah. I think taxes, you don't gotta pay as much, right?
All right, Principal Jones, if you come up and read some of the words that the faculty staff have said.
Yes, thank you. I just want to say I'm particularly thankful to be here this morning. I'm always thankful to be here, but I flew in from Austin last night. I had a conference, and this is just so I can help you guys. Always make sure your license is up to date. Mine expired 2 years ago. I had no idea, and so then they make this big deal. License expired, and then you get pulled over to this place and you can't touch any of your stuff, and they keep name dropping Homeland Security. So just, you know, but we made it through, I made it through, and I did my online renewal last night, so I'm good to go. So just check your licenses. Kyra. Kyra is an excellent student. She takes pride in her work and makes up any work missed when she is absent from class. She is polite and respectful, and I enjoy having her in class. From Mrs. Kirkham. Kyra consistently shows empathy for others. I love how she looks for the deeper understandings and connections in her academic readings, particularly in English class. She is someone who uses her learning to better others around her. From Mr. Helms. I've known Kyra for the past 4 years, and she's been an amazing addition. You can't read this because then it's not a surprise. Stand up. I've known Kyra for the past 4 years, and she's been an amazing addition to our track team. She is one of the hardest workers I have had during practice. She stays focused and gives all of her energy every day. She is a trustworthy student and works hard in the classroom to achieve success. She is one of the most dependable athletes on my team, and I can always count on her to show up, be on time, and do what's asked of her. I love having her on the team. She always has a smile on her face, and she's a great leader for her younger teammates. Congratulations, Kyra. I'm so proud of you. From Coach Miller. Kyra is one of the sweetest and most hardworking students I have. She is always looking to grow, improve, and take in all that she can. She is bright, capable, and caring, and extremely well-deserving of an award and recognition like this from Ms. Robinson. And then she is very respectful and motivated and wants to be successful not only in class, but also in future aspirations. Coach Craven, your win teacher. Congratulations. Now you can have it.
Our second Heritage House nominee of the month was unable to be with us this morning. Hopefully we're able to get him in next month and get him up here to have some fun and make sure he gets his award. So with that, we will move on to our Youth of the Month. We have Miranda Rank up first. Miranda, as you come up, I'll describe the award. The Youth of the Month award recognizes Lake Highlands graduating seniors along with their parents and mentoring teachers who have excelled in academics, leadership, school, and community service. These students are often in the top 20% of the class, sometimes much higher than that, and who participate in student government, school publications,
music, theater, athletics, and other school-sponsored activities. These students have typically received special recognition and awards by other educational, community, state, or national organizations for demonstrating excellence in academics, leadership, participation, and community service. Brandon?
Mike is yours. Please introduce your guests.
Hi everyone. With me I have my mom, my dad, my second mother, Linda Hassel right there, and her daughters, and my best friend Morgan, and then my two other best friends, Caroline Meek and Will Hutton, and then Coach Kirby, my cheer coach, who's also, I guess, like my best friend. So. And Mr. Woodham's here. This is my first period of bio teacher, which is my favorite class so far, so I have to recognize him too.
Brandon has lived in Lake Highlands her entire life. Once a wildcat, always a wildcat. That's the correct quote.
Yes.
Great. All right, what do you think your greatest strength is?
I would say my greatest strength would be my time management. I'm super busy. I have to manage being varsity cheer captain, tennis team, wranglers, dance, outside of school. I'm on Birdwatch, which I'll probably talk more about later. Oh, perfect. And also like Girls Service League, National Honor Society. So managing my time I've had to do since a super young age. I think I was 3 and my mom put me in like 3 dance classes. So I've always had busy weeks. And so I would have to say that would be my greatest strength.
So Miranda just mentioned that she is an avid bird watcher, which takes a lot of time. So it goes back to time management.
Yes.
And that's her favorite passion outside of being at school and all the other activities she just listed. So tell us about your most recent rare bird sighting here in Lake Highlands.
Yes, so I got, someone who reached out to my mom who told me that there was a black-throated blue warbler in the Forest Meadow area, and so for 3 days straight, my dad took me up at like 7 a.m., so from 7 to 9, we would sit outside of this person's house and watch this rare bird who was supposed to be in Central Florida at the time. They kind of migrate up the East Coast, and so totally off their migration route. And so I was talking to Jimmy on the phone. It's probably one of the coolest sightings I've seen in Dallas, for sure. So.
Have you ever seen a bald eagle?
I have seen. I saw 25 bald eagles once. So. I bird a lot, so on my family vacations, it's like we always have to spend a day birding no matter where we are. And I've even gone on vacations just for bird watching. My mom and I went to Costa Rica, and so one of our times in Colorado, which is where my grandparents live, I saw 25 bald eagles on a morning hike once. So.
25. All right. You have one brother in the 8th grade.
Yes.
What is your favorite electronic device and why?
I would say my favorite electronic device right now is my mom's MacBook from the school. That's her like school computer. I do all my homework on it. It's so nice, way better than our Chromebooks. Sorry. But I think it's really cool. I'm able to, I have a lot of stuff on my phone, especially like my birding right now. I mean, it's so fast, I can Google any bird research right now with migratory birds, but you know, my phone and the computer are compatible, so it makes it super easy to do all my work. So I would say that's my favorite electronic device at the moment.
All right. I don't think you're supposed to use it, but I like it. I like it. Do you plan to go to college and where?
Yes. So I've applied to and I've been accepted to the University of Texas at Austin, Oregon State University, and Western Colorado, which is where both of my parents went. And my reach school right now is Cornell University, and so we find out about application decisions in about 2 weeks, I think. So that's my dream school, and then I'm kind of between the other 3.
Hey, you spent time at Cornell, haven't you?
I've never been.
Okay. All right. Did you study with them?
I did do a study with them. So there's school, there's Cornell University, and then there's a lab of ornithology, which is what I'm planning to study in college. And so I currently am doing a project with the Cornell Lab of Ornithology with migratory bird research. And so I've spent my 5 a.m. mornings in downtown picking up bird specimens, which are dead birds, around buildings to kind of track which buildings are having the most migration and like deaths with light. It's all with light pollution because Dallas is one of the 3 biggest cities with light pollution in downtown, and so it really throws off migratory birds. And so I'm up there collecting them and then sending the data back to Cornell. So that's what I've been doing. The data is the number of specimens. This is really gross. I have a photo of me with like 400 bird specimens in front of me. So.
From like one day?
From like a whole migration season. Yes.
All right. We already talked about your major, ornithology. What is your favorite club or sport?
So my favorite club and sport right now is cheer. It's kind of always been. I've been dancing since I was 3 years old. I did competitive gymnastics until I was 10, 11, 12. So it's kind of combining the best of those worlds. And then being varsity cheer captain, I get to spend a lot of time with Kirby and with all of the whole cheer squad, and so it's definitely my favorite.
If you're going on vacation right now, where are you going?
I would go to Brazil because they have the most diverse birds, and I couldn't say Costa Rica because my mom already took me to Costa Rica to go bird watching, so I kind of have to pick somewhere else. Yeah.
All right. So your favorite social media app is TikTok.
Yes.
TikTok. Why?
Well, it's super fun, like I said, but also it's great because after a while you get a For You page and it's all your favorite things and you just scroll and it's, I get to learn fun dances because I've been dancing, so I always learn all the new TikTok dances. But then I also follow like wildlife accounts, so then it's kind of like, oh, here's someone doing a dance, and then, oh, here's videos about birds, and so it's kind of just like everything I love in one little few swipes.
Have you made any of your family members learn a TikTok dance?
My brother.
Okay.
At Thanksgiving we did it. We did TikTok dance together. I made him do TikTok dance. Yeah.
All right. What age do you consider old?
So don't worry, guys. On my question, I think old really is a mindset. I have 2 grandparents who are both 70, and they are the most active people I know. My grandpa coached Lake Highlands football, and he, always takes me out birding. He's always on the bulldozer out their farm, always doing farm work, knocking down trees, which is what we did at Thanksgiving. And then my grandma was a PE coach. She's actually my PE coach at LHE, and so she still makes PE activities for us to do at Thanksgiving. So I'm still jump roping and doing like turkey trot laps. But it's super fun. And then my great grandpa, I think when he was considered old, he was dancing at my aunt's wedding. I was super remembered, and I just remember him dancing with his little walker. So you're never too old, is what I think.
Nice.
All right. Best advice that you have received.
This is advice from my mom. It was my freshman year, and she told me your GPA starts now, which sounds terrifying when you are jumping from junior high to AP classes. But I swear by it. It helps me get so far ahead in all my classes, just like putting in the effort from the get-go, and it also taught me that to put in 100% of your effort from the beginning with anything you do, and so that's probably the best advice I ever received.
If you could go back in time and talk to yourself as a freshman, you would tell yourself, be open to new things, try new clubs, activities. When would you have time?
See, I did have a little, I had a little opening in my schedule sophomore year, so I did do Junior World Affairs Council for a year, and it was great. But I love trying new things, and especially being involved in school is like a huge part of like one of my favorite things at Lake Highlands is you can do so much, and so I would wish I could have been in everything, but yeah, serious time management.
All right, so after you graduate, what are you most looking forward to?
Right after I graduate, kind of looking forward to spending time with friends and family, especially since all of my colleges, well, four of them, or three are out of, all of them but one are out of state. And so kind of just like being those last few minutes of getting that feeling of home here in Lake Highlands. But for college, is that what you're gonna ask? Do you want me to ask the question? I'm kidding, Jerry. The next question, spoiler, is what are you looking forward to in college? So I'm going to transition into that. But in college, since all my schools are out of state, I'm really looking forward to like new scenery. That obviously includes new wildlife, and meeting new people and getting to also do more things and making myself busy in college too. So.
Between the lines.
You're welcome. I got you.
Consistency, not a single discrepancy. Mr. Jones, yeah. Cover some of the investment facts and stuff.
Okay, yes. All right. Miranda exudes acceptance and sincerity with everyone she meets. Her uplifting spirit tends to uplift those around her, and she literally makes every team she is a part of better as a result. Hardly to mention, she is a fantastic tennis player. I feel so blessed to coach someone who is such a blessing to others, from Coach Helms. Miranda is a delight to have in class. She always arrives focused, prepared, and ready to work. She has a positive presence about her that brightens up the classroom and has a great influence on her peers. She also possesses a strong desire to learn and grow with regards to her academic pursuits. The passion and enthusiasm she brings to everything that she writes, reads, and discusses is to be highly commended. The attitude and work ethic that I have seen is going to carry her far in the future. Congratulations on this award. From Mr. Smith. Miranda is my new favorite ornithologist. Is that right? Okay. As an AP biology teacher and a wannabe ornithologist, Miranda's bird knowledge and affinity for birds makes me very happy. Miranda is always helpful to her classmates, and her inquisitive nature makes it a joy to have her in class. Congrats, Miranda, on this well-deserved award from Mr. Whittam, who's here with us today. And then Miranda is a true leader in and out of school. She is a leader by example and with encouragement. I can't even count the number of times I have seen her reach out to someone else to include them or encourage them, whether she knows them or not. I'm so proud of her. From Coach Kirby, who's with us. And then Miss Hovey from the Wranglers said, there are so many wonderful things I can say about Miranda. I call her my bright light on the Wrangler team. Not only is she extremely talented, has an admirable work ethic, but she is truly kind and inclusive to all, which represents her beautiful soul. I am honored to work with her and will enjoy learning of her future successes. Her influence and footprint are to be celebrated and remembered.
You introduced your guest, right? Yep, correct. Doing good. Hold on just a moment. Don't go anywhere. Oh, yes, spend it yourself.
Our next Evening of Love Award recipient is
Rsvp Hernandez. Rsvp, please come on up. First things first, please introduce your guest.
Hello everyone, I would like to introduce my parents, my mom, my stepfather, my aunt, and my cousin.
How long you live in Lake Highlands?
I've been living in Lake Highlands since kindergarten when I first started attending White Rock Elementary. So since I was 5 till about middle school when I first moved to Frisco.
What's your greatest strength?
I would say my greatest strength is being organized. I really like having my stuff organized, although I think my parents would say otherwise. But I really like to be organized in my studies, having my homework like in folder, like what I have to do, that agenda and everything. It's one of my strengths.
What do you like to do when you're not at school or studying?
What I like to do is, well, I have a lot of hobbies, including photography and music, and a big part of my life is going to church since my parents are pastors. And so I really attend church often and serve in the worship team, so that's something I really enjoy doing.
You play a couple instruments?
Yeah,
How
I
many instruments would you say you play?
play 5 instruments, including the bass, the piano, the guitar, the drums, and the ukulele.
Which one's your favorite?
Piano.
All right.
Yeah.
How many brothers and sisters do you have?
0, I'm the only child, which is a great blessing.
Only child, period. Thank God. What is your favorite electronic device and why?
I put down my phone, right, so I can talk to a lot of people across the world and communicate with the whole world, because nowadays with our phones we can turn on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, and do a live stream and contact somebody around the world, Europe, China, Asia, anywhere.
He's gonna go to college, y'all. And take a deep breath. He's gonna go, or plans to attend Texas A&M University. Have you decided on a major?
Yes, I want to major in architecture. I really enjoy architecture, and I wish Mr. Moore was here because he's been a great mentor for me and introducing me to architecture.
So I think several of our members were on the tour of the high school when we went through back in, was that August? And we saw the room, right? We were called a shop room 30 years ago, but now it's like an architectural design room and you're building the tiny houses, right?
Exactly.
Tiny house. How's that come along? Is that something that takes a year?
So far, it's still in progress, and mostly right now what we're doing is doing architectural drawings and focusing more on the design aspect for right now.
What is your favorite club sport and why?
Well, I guess my favorite sport would be soccer because it's just fun, and yeah, that's it.
That's fair. That parlays into where you'd like to go on vacation. You could go anywhere in the world. Where would that be?
It would be Europe. The architecture there is phenomenal, and I would really like to go there because I haven't gone there, although I've been to Israel. It was a great experience. I would like to go to Italy and Spain and France to see all the awesome architecture there.
Who's your team? Who's your European soccer team?
Oh, it's going to be Chelsea.
No. I'm gonna have to have an answer on this one. What is your social media app of choice? Why?
I don't have social media.
None.
No.
Zero. I don't believe you, but all right. What age do you consider old that's not the number you put here?
Oh, okay. Well, I guess there wouldn't be a limit, I guess, if you don't want me to put that.
You said 70. I'm
I
trying
put
to get
70,
somebody to be
but-
like 25. Come real quick. Let's do this. What is your favorite dream job and why?
My favorite dream job is being in an architecture firm. I really want to be an architect, and having my own architecture firm would be a dream come true. Having my own business and building homes, building residential areas, and building buildings is something that I found really interesting and something I want to do.
If you could meet anyone in the world, past or present, who would it be and why?
This is a little bit personal, but I would say my biological father. I don't want to get a little sentimental, but most of my life I didn't have my father figure next to me. But I would like to go see him someday.
First man, you're here, right?
Yeah, that's it.
What is the best advice you have received?
The best advice? Well, it's a verse that I really like. It's Joshua 1:9 that says, "Have I not commanded you to be strong and courageous, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." So it's something I carry with me everywhere I go. That the Lord is with me and to not fear him.
That's right. All right. If you go back in time and talk to yourself as a freshman, 14 years old, what advice would you give yourself?
I would say not be afraid of anything because you can do anything and just strive for the best.
All right. What are you most looking forward to doing after graduation? What are you most looking forward to about college? I don't want to leave that out.
Yeah, I'm mostly just looking to see the 13 years of my life since kindergarten all the way to senior in high school, how that all came together and see the victory that God has given me and having that all accomplished. Yeah. Going to college, I'm just looking forward to develop my career and getting a little space for my parents. That's why I'm not going out of state.
You didn't write that down. That wasn't. That's wonderful. Thank you very much for being here. Congratulations, Principal Jones.
I'm an only child too. That's how we get along. Josue is always ready to help, from assisting other students to being an advocate for Lake Highlands High School. Josue is the man for the job, and you have a heart of gold, from Mr. Moore. I had Josue in my Spanish 3 pre-AP class, and he was mostly on Zoom before joining our in-person class the last quarter. When I finally got to meet him in person, I felt like he had always been in my class. While on Zoom, he always participated and had his camera on, and this is why it didn't feel much different from when he joined the classroom. He immediately bonded with everyone in class as if he'd known them forever. His emails to me always had good morning or afternoon, thank you, please, and I'm so grateful. He has such a positive attitude on life, from Mrs. Garcia, who's here, one of our Spanish teachers. Josue is a shining light in the Lake Highlands community. I've had the pleasure of having him in my advisory class, and he's always engaged and enthusiastic about our discussions. In a class without a grade, this is a true demonstration of his character and work ethic, and I'm so excited to hear about his award, from Mrs. Macy. Josue is like a warm breeze blowing into the classroom with his wide smile. He takes ownership of his learning and is always on top of his assignments. He's a joy to have in the classroom, from Mrs. Bierman. Josue is the best. He's kind, funny, brilliant, talented, full of integrity, and respectful to all. He always has a smile on his face and seems to have an endless supply of energy for his many pursuits. I'm always impressed by how multifaceted and committed he is to learning and growing. It is a joy to know him, and he is so deserving of this recognition. From Ms. Stafford. You have a whole Okay. Josue is an extraordinary young man. His drive and compassion to be a successful student amazes me. When I had Josue in my class last year, he would always contribute to class discussions and was willing to help others. He would also ask me every class how I was doing, I the teacher, and how it was going for me. This year, when I see Josue in the hallways or at school events, his leadership qualities stand out. He talks with others in a respectful way, and he's always willing to help. Josue has great leadership qualities and will be a strong and successful future leader in whatever path he chooses in life. From Coach Kirby, who's with us this morning. Josue is an accomplished young man. He excels academically, he is friendly to his classmates, and he is a talented musician. I work with Josue as a member of our WISE engineering team, which competes with a dozen other high schools on an original engineering project through a program with UTD. Josue also indulges my karaoke and rock star dreams and has been chosen as an honorary member of the Physics Bros, the greatest faculty rock band Lake Highlands High School has ever known. On top of all this, Josue is taking a rigorous course load and comes to class with a cheerful attitude every day. He is very deserving of this award. Congratulations from Mr. Whittam, who's here with us. And then Josue is one of the most respectful students I've ever taught. Regardless of how he's doing in my class, he maintains a positive attitude, greets me when he walks in and when he leaves, and stays focused the entire period. We need more kids like him, and that's from Mr. Lyons. Good job. You're welcome.
Did you know about that rock band, Katie?
I did. I didn't know about the team. What is it? What is it called?
My wife,
Yeah, but don't tell anybody I didn't know about that.
Thank you, Jimmy, for a great program. Thank you to our students. Always an inspiring morning, not only to see all that you accomplish academically, but also outside the classroom. So hats off to you all. And a big round of applause also for faculty, staff, and parents this morning. Obviously, we couldn't do it without you all. So, as a reminder, Christmas party, please Rsvp, Wednesday, December 15th. Royal Oaks Country Club is the venue. And then, let's see, anything else? Yes, sir. Pictures. Oh, yes, thank you. If our students will stick around for a couple minutes, we'll take a few photos. And that is all. So we are adjourned. Thanks for being here this morning.